Hey guys, Coach Tim out here on the walk steps challenge, and I'm gonna spit some skill stacks. So when we're out here doing our thing marketing, we got to ask ourselves, how do we get more effort? I remember, or I should say better results from each effort, excuse me. And so I remember years ago, my job was really easy. I am still a practitioner of search engine optimization. I say practitioner because I am more than just, and people will say I'm an SEO or I'm a lawyer or whatever. You're more than that. That's part of the skill stack philosophy. You're a hell of a lot more than that. One time someone said, "You're a marketer." I go, ho, ho, ho. My skill stack is much longer than just marketer, right? So then that fits into the optimization philosophy. So I'll give you an example. I remember a very well-known guy on the East Coast was demonstrating a tool that's called Emsculpt. And you might have heard of CoolSculpt, Emsculpt, all these different things. CoolSculpt will freeze the fat. Emsculpt basically electrifies it. And I think it causes it to burst. And it also exercises the muscles. It's like 20,000 sit-ups in a half hour, 20 minutes or something. And so he goes, this is a great body hack, right? And it is. You basically got 20,000 sit-ups in, the time that it takes to enjoy a cup of coffee. So, and it works, by the way. That's an idea of hacking or optimizing. So when we talk optimization, what are the ways that we can do that? And I just went through this the other day with a client, and he says, "Well, I want to do a podcast." And I said, "Well, why don't you do a Zoom?" He goes, "No, Tim, you're not listening." I said, "I want to do a podcast." And I said, "Listen, let's make your efforts be a little bit more exponential. Let's make it a little more geometric, right? So here's what you can do. Do a podcast, but do it on Zoom. So now you have two different modalities that you can use to put yourself out there, to put your message out there, right? Because Zoom will create a video, as you probably know, but Zoom also will create an audio automatically, and all you got to do is grab it and then deliver it. And so most people go, "Well, I'll deliver it to YouTube, or I'll deliver it to iTunes." But what if you were to do that exponentially? YouTube's not the only video channel. iTunes isn't the only audio channel. So what if you did that? Cool, man. That's awesome. Okay, great. And while you're there doing those, getting your stuff out there, right? Why don't you do it so it's a little easier and managed from one place? Do it from SoundCloud, and do it from something Buzzsprout. And while you're at it, make sure that you drop some links. SoundCloud, you could drop a bunch of links. It's Buzzsprout, you can too. And as you syndicate out to the iTunes and all the other places where a link is available, or information, your NAP, name, address, phone number, which helps with your local listings, you can have that too. Now, are we going a little bit exponential here? So what else? Take that audio and drop it into your Word, Microsoft Word, and there's a spot in there where you can drop it. It's I think it's by the microphone. And any of this stuff, if you can't find it, you're getting stuck. Most of the stuff that I do, technically, I'll ask Google or even ChatGPT, how do I do X, Y, and Z? That's it. Or how do I do X, Y, and Z on a Mac? How do I do X, Y, and Z on a computer, on an Android? Get specific. So the other, so he does that, and then that'll drop your transcript in. Now another way to get a transcript is for free, is off of YouTube. And go to YouTube, in the ellipsis, lower right of the video, 9 times out of 10, after it's had some time to think, you will be able to, it'll say report this video, something else, and then transcript. Push transcript, upper right, and again, we're doing this on a computer. Upper right, you will get the transcript with the timestamps. So you can do stuff with that, or you can grab, there's a button there I think it's called toggle, and you can turn the timestamps off, select all, copy all of that transcript, take it to Bard or ChatGPT and say, clean this up into an article, right? And now you're using your own words, and now you can add to it. You can add to the article. You can also use it to create a description. Make sure to use emojis. Hey, we're doing a description for the YouTube. Can you take this transcript and turn it into a description and use lots of emojis, right? And then see what that says and how that turns out. Clean it up a little bit, and there you go. Oh, we're doing this, and turn this into a Facebook post promoting my YouTube video, or my Google business profile video, or my article, my blog post. Are you feeling me? So there's lots and lots of ways that you can take what you're doing out there normally to produce content like this. How many words can I get out of this production right here that I'm doing while I'm walking? I'm walking anyway, I might as well be teaching. You get what I'm saying? Now, how this all came about was years ago. This way of thinking came about years ago. I interviewed a fellow who is he's a ghostwriter, and I had asked them, well, how do you get people, so you can ghostwrite? And they'll do, I think it's like a chapter a week, where they'll record either remotely or in person. They'll have the topic for a chapter, and they'll interview the person and have them talk about it, and then they'll transcribe it and then turn it into decent writing. Well, guess what? That's your ChatGPT. But let me back up a little bit. So one of the things that I often have done before I started doing these steps challenges is I'm out walking, grab my recorder on this phone, and I still do this, and just come up with my craziest, weirdest ideas, and then eventually that goes into Word and gets documented into words and gets put together in some sort of tangible, readable facsimile of what I'm trying to get to. Anyway, this is Coach Tim out. Hopefully that was useful.